Good night, fellow punters. The clock on the wall is 10 minutes away from 10 o'clock on Friday night. Back with a few for tomorrow. Joe acting up a good bit tonight, so not much eaten or sucked in today, which meant we were on the couch watching a good bit of television. We had nothing to jump up off the couch about in relation to my selections. We had Lord de Menil in the first race, the jockey that I used to call a brother of John Wayne a few years ago, but he has improved somewhat. And I've seen Tommy Giddy-Up Plunkett saying he wouldn't back him. The reason I thought he was racing against his own peers today, and that if he got into position, and he was until the third jump, he was in second, and he made a bit of a mistake, went back to fifth, so he couldn't get into that position again, and then he made a mistake 3 out. Now he beat the horse that won Eva's Oscar by 20 lengths the last time, so I thought he'd uphold that for him. And I was saying the two ones that hadn't ran for a good while was the ones to take on, and I didn't look at the one at all that actually should have won the race. And if there was a more experienced pilot, although she came up like Mary Wayne from the last up to the, she behaved well. She'll be sore tomorrow and the next day. But he finished third. Cara Leon, all the money went off, 11-4 favourite. Finished sixth, didn't stay. Traded 15-8 in running, but clearly didn't stay. I thought the big breakaway was going to win, a quarter of a mile out. We had Thunderclap, had a couple of runs before it ran this last race last year. This year didn't seem to be fit enough. And Isidore finished fifth. So we had a third, a sixth, a fifth, and we had a fifth in Medan as well. The draw beat us there. Were drawn 12. The winner was drawn 3. The second was drawn 2. Or drawn 5. And the second, or drawn 2, finished 4th. Just couldn't get into position after that. It'll win a race out there, but everything has to sort of go right for it. Anyway, I went through the names and I put them into a hat today that wants to go to next Thursday night in the Woodlands in Waterford. And Liam Morris McAvoy came out, and in the event that he doesn't get in contact, leave your email in the comments, and Chris Ryan will get in touch with you, or he'll send you the email you the 2 tickets. In the event that he doesn't contact or something happens, Martin Maher is the reserve. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get in contact with Chris. I'm going to buy 1 ticket for Martin Maher, for Mark Power, for column B. And Joseph Burns said he might travel from Belfast. I met him in Fibber McGee's last year. Bought me a pint. I'm going to buy them a ticket each. So drop your emails as well, or into the comments, and Chris can send them on, and I'll send the money to Chris. And thanks for getting involved and willing to go. I'm moving a bit slower now tonight. I was looking at that race there, yeah. I thought Gassy might beat the Favourite. The Favourite was disqualified the last day. He had been there, but that Gassy was a classy sort which was with Haggis. We actually won on it in York first time out. In Naas tomorrow, there's an interesting race. It's the Hunter's Chase, the last race, and the favourite for the Hunter, I still call it the Fox Hunters, but politically correct, you can't use the word Fox Hunter now because it's not right. It's on the line is the 5-2 favourite for the Fox Hunters in Cheltenham, and 7-1 is Big Interest, who beat it in Down Royal. And that was on Boxing Day, Stevens's Day, and I'll just show you the finish of it because a lot of people mightn't have seen it. The betting is tidier, closer tomorrow. This is Big Interest, and this is here, have a look at it.
Is well synced and pulled up as the prisoners. They swing into the home straight, and Big Interest for Company Bull, Fury, Ramillies, Vina, Ardanza. The winner could come from any of them. Go another one. Ask the Man, Hudson Duster. Then Gherkin gets on the Ramillies, Vina, Ardanza, Bull, Fury, Hudson Duster. Go another.
Be interesting to see what the tactics will be tomorrow. It's on the line, finished second in the last 2 years in Cheltenham, and it won in Punchestown the last 2 years, and it won in Aintree last year. Is it that it doesn't like the hill or what? But we'll see how they fare out tomorrow. I'm looking for an outsider. A lot of outsiders get placed in Naas. I thought Miss Gherkin were paying 4 places at 14-1. Now, the favourite is well dressed, and it won the last day, an opportunity race that was sponsored by Adair Manor, which is JP's. He owns it, and he's sponsoring again tomorrow. But it went up, I think it went up £10. But this has good enough back for him. It won on soft ground in Punches or in Leopardstown last year off 89. Now it's a good bit higher, but it went jumping there at fences and they abandoned that. But it had a good run in Sligo, but in good ground. But it was eye-catching enough, I thought, the last time in Thurles. It was up at the pace, and then it sort of got into a bit of trouble on the turn, but it finished on a bit. Mercury Mission is another one that finished well enough the last time too. But I thought as an outsider, if you get 14-1, 4 places, maybe each way. There's one at Uttoxeter. It was a bigger price earlier. It was 100-30. Don't tell Sue. Well, you better tell her that she's running tomorrow. And you better tell her that Bryony Frost is over from France and she's riding her. But the last, if you look back, went off favourite in that race that Manila Missile won. That was a good maiden hurdle. And has ran pretty decent, but the 2 horses that had beat the last time is pretty good. But the form of that last run, the horse that was fourth in that, wasn't it? I picked the wrong race. Braden Hill. 12th of December. Anyway, I'm wasting time with that. I thought that was a bet tomorrow there in Warick. I'm forgetting some of this as I'm coming up to it now. The laptop is slow because it was on the last few hours. She's getting tired like myself. Le Milos won for us a good while ago and won for us in the old Hennessy. Fugitive, it's the second preference, he probably won't run. Le Milos over 2.5, it'll go out in front, it'll be hard caught. I don't know what price it'll be when the other one goes, it'll probably be 2-1. That was the only one I could find at Warwick. We'll have a look at Newbury. Few books going from London in the morning. Sean Coman was on today, he's going. He said he's bringing David Deasy with him and he might bring Dom Shepherd if he gets up. They're hoping to set the clock for 6 that he might be up by 9. He likes the cot apparently. In the 150, oh yeah, this is the race. It was this one of Kruger Park. When he wasn't firing on all cylinders, this finished third. It sort of threw away the race. But the form of this race has been franked. Seems to be slowing up a bit now. Could be a good while in the oven tonight. Was that Katase Dore? That won twice. That was 110 there. The cartridges then. That was the run there of 110. Then it won, and it went again off 117, and it was second off 122. So if this horse can run to that tomorrow, it should be a good each way, solid each way bet. That favourite on top there is out for the run, I'd say, tomorrow, because it's favourite for the National Hunt Chase. It won't want to win tomorrow. That's the 150. The 225. The Denman Chase. This is very interesting. I was looking at some of those stats earlier on. Hitman was second the last 2 years. He was second last year to Shishkin. When he was rated, he was beaten 4.25 lengths. Rated, what, 21 pound, a stone and a half inferior. The year before, he was beaten by Danza. And you'd imagine on the figures of last year, he was 160, and the horse that beat him was 143, was 17 pound inferior and beat him by 7 lengths. So that looks like he doesn't want to win. He's just happy enough to say, look at lads, I don't have any pictures taken, I'm all right to be placed. The 2 7-year-olds in it are Djelo and Le Patron. Le Patron hasn't went the distance before, neither has Djelo. But Djelo's half-brother is Ramo, isn't it? No, he's not as highly rated. It was he's a half-brother by Capguard. But at least he won it. He won at 3 miles too. He won on soft ground in April of 23. He he was rated 105. He's actually rated 127 now. He ran the 20th of January, 2.5 mile. Not near as good. But he was second last over 3 mile. I thought you couldn't know what to do with Braveman's game. I couldn't back him at all. But I have to come up with it with what my opinion on the race. So my opinion would be Djelo. The patron, as I said, I was looking. There's no breeding there for that. So that horse came on a long way from. We backed that the first twice it ran in Plumpton when it came from France, and I couldn't win. All his siblings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, never won a race. So I can't know what distance they were on. Two and a half mile. That's as far as ran, so it's just hard to know in the last half mile. But I'm hoping Djelo. It could be like it did at the likes of Braveman's game. There's nothing sticking out there, but he'd have to come back to something like of old, and is that gone? But this is his Gold Cup tomorrow. He's a 10-year-old now. Djelo would be the selection from himself. On to the 3 o'clock, the game spirit. There's an interesting race now with Sergino gone, hurted his foot, or something with him anyway. Matata's a speed horse. And actually 3 runs back it should have been bet because it won, but the horse that was going to beat it fell at the last. I was in Navan that day and I had Matata backed, and I thought coming to the last the other horse was going to win, but it fell. But the last day the speed held up a lot in Windsor. Edward Stone ran well when it went to the front before, and that could be an angle for them tomorrow, and that could set it up, I think, for a closer, either Liberty Hunter or JPR One. This is the first time for Liberty Hunter outside of Handicap Company, I believe, isn't it? So JPR One, he was 9-1 earlier, so there's money for him. He's into 11-2, and I didn't back him either. I haven't him backed, and I had him picked out because it'll set him up. And if you look, only 8, runs well enough fresh. He won the Halden in Exeter. Then he was third behind John Bond. He's only beaten 10 lengths. But if you look at the entries, they have it into for the Champion Chase and the Ryanair. So that'll be, if it needs a fast pace, it should get it tomorrow. And Liberty Hunter finishes fast as well, but there isn't an each way bet here. It's on the nose, but that's gone from 9-1 into 11-2. I see it's 6.2 on the exchanges. I think Matata, Edward Stone could say tomorrow, look at my best chance of winning is heading out in front. And I think I'm just hoping there's a fast pace and it'll set it up for a closer. The Schweppes, as it used to be known years ago, is now called what? The William Hill. I think there's 4 horses in this that we backed the last day, or 3 the last day and one the time before. I napped Jayus the last day, but that was 2.5 mile. And coming back to 2 mile, I don't know. Normally a classy sort wins this with high enough weight. The last time something 10-7 won it, it was a John Joe horse as well, Soaring Glory, wasn't it? Secret Squirrel won the last day, it's up £5. Navajo Indy, actually, the handbrake was on in that race at Windsor, and the speed held up. I wouldn't be surprised if that turned that form around. Washington won last in Ireland. We backed Favour and Fortune the last day, and it looks like as if this was the plan. So I'm hoping it was. Alan King isn't in that greater form, 1 out of 25 the last 14 days. But if you look at this horse, it's, what is it now? It's is it 140? Did it go down a pound? Yeah, it dropped a pound. It's only £2 higher than when it won the Scottish champion hurdle. It had been, if you go back, it ran in the Cheltenham Bumper in 23, and it was 6th in the Supreme last year to Slade Steel, beating only 9 lengths. Then it beat Ballystock, and that was a good field that day. The last day, it was just out for the run, without a shadow of a doubt. So I'm hoping that this was the plan, and that the handbrake will be off tomorrow. There's two, actually, lump sum is 20-1 and 22s and 25s in places. And if you look at lump sums for them, since we won on it and it beat a stablemate that day, Street Alley, and that won next time out. Then it ran in 2 grade 1s after that. It was 8 lengths second to Sergino, and it ran in the Constitution Hill Lossiemouth race. And the other one was in it, you know, the one I made the mistake at the last. But coming back, carrying top weight, and Dylan Johnson taking 3. They'll be trying for a pot like that, 87,000. The other one that we backed last time, Manila Missile, that was over 3 mile the last time. That was funny that they ran it over 3 mile the last time, and then they're bringing it back to 2. I'd said they could be thinking of a race in Cheltenham for that. But I'd go with Fame and Fortune. They're paying, it's 10-1. They're paying 5 places, aren't they? I mean, it's an open affair, and you have to get the look, and you get the whole lot. If it's a 2.5 mile, I thought I'd be sweet on Joyous, but coming back to 2, I don't know. And then again, Henderson is carrying lightweight. It could hack up too. But I'm just thinking, hoping that Favour and Fortune, this was the plan after winning a big handicap before in a big field. Is that all I have to say? I think it is. Better get this into the oven. It is now 10:15. Longer video than I had planned. Bash the bookies, over and out.